Hey everyone, welcome to this thing I'm working on, a rewrite of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Like many people, I was super hyped for the release of this game. And like many people too, there was some stuff I liked and some stuff I didn't. And this project is a way to imagine a game that better integrates into the lore of the rest of the Zelda franchise. And by the way, if you think story and lore don't matter in Zelda games, that's alright, more power to you. This is just one guy's piece of fan art. I'm sure we can coexist in peace. So, with that out of the way, I present the first part of the Hyrule fantasy, Tears of the Kingdom. As we begin this new story, the scene is rather familiar. We see Link and Zelda traversing the caverns beneath Hyrule Castle, from where malice has been erupting out into the world. As they walk through the long-forgotten tunnels dug and built by long-dead hands, they take their time to examine the murals present there. In them, they read about the imprisoning war, a conflict held by the ancient kingdom of Hyrule, commanded by a man named Rauru and his allies, from all races of Hyrule, united against a figure known as Ganondorf, the Demon King. The outcome of this war, however, is lost to time, as the murals depicting it have been destroyed by a cave-in. Yet, Zelda is beside herself with joy, being finally able to learn more than she could have ever hoped to about the Kingdom of Hyrule. As they go along their path, malice becomes increasingly abundant, forcing Link to destroy the Eyes of Malice to open a way for Zelda and himself. They descend a stairway flanked by massive statues, which opens to a huge chamber. At its center lies a single figure, seemingly human, but close in appearance to the desiccated bodies of the ancient Sheikah monks. The figure is surrounded by a turquoise light, which follows complex patterns along the floor and seems to spiral upwards from the body. As they walk closer, they finally identify the figure, a legend lost to time that they can only identify thanks to the ancient murals. It is the mummified body of Ganondorf. Zelda, fascinated by the sight, walks towards it, but is stopped by Link. An Eye of Malice emerges close to them, and once it is slain, the rocky formation its mass had been holding falls down, breaking up the patterns that surround Ganondorf. The lights dim, and Ganondorf's head turns with a sickening sound, recognition in its dead eyes. He calls their names, and Link lunges forwards to protect Zelda. However, moving with surprising speed, the dead man dodges the shining blade and pounds a heavy fist on the ground. The stone around them begins to crumble. The walls collapse around them, and before Link has time to realize what is happening, Zelda falls into one of the deep chasms. Link jumps after her, reaching in an attempt to catch her. And he does. They fall into the darkness together. When they wake up, their torch has gone off, and they can no longer see the ancient walls around them. Dazed and injured, they make their way towards the only source of light, an exit to their cave. They walk out, and as their eyes adjust to the blinding sunlight, they see Hyrule, although unrecognizable from the one they knew. All around them, high towers and sprawling cities cover the walls they once knew. This is the ancient past of the Kingdom of Hyrule. So, from this first part, I'd imagine you can figure out where we are going with this. At least, in a way. Two of the greatest missed opportunities in Tears of the Kingdom, according to many fans, we're separating Link and Zelda during almost the entire story and not allowing the player to explore the ancient kingdom of Hyrule. And part of what I'm doing with this project is fixing just that. But, as you may have noticed from some not so subtle details, I'm changing the lore of the game big time. I don't know about you, but I feel the inclusion of the Zonai in Tears of the Kingdom clashed a lot with Breath of the Wild and the rest of the Zelda game, especially given how little of a presence they were in the previous game. On top of that, I always felt that dropping the names of Roru and the Imprisoning War during the intro, only for them to be referring to something completely unrelated to the original character and event, was a bit of a letdown. So I plan to retain the original version of both in this story, but with a twist. And as we may see in the future, another thing I want to do is integrate the gameplay of Tears of the Kingdom a bit more with that of other games, particularly in regards to items, exploration and dungeons, which I enjoyed, but I feel could only improve by taking some lessons from previous games. So I hope you'll like that and are excited to see more, and if you didn't, well, you can't win them all. Thanks for watching and have a good one.